Hello and welcome everybody to the Degenerate Race League. We are starting soon. This is going to be our fun round we have going down right now. We've got at least 22 drivers on the grid right now, and more are rolling in as I speak. without any further delay, let's get to the calendar very quickly and see what the drivers are up to this season. On the calendar, round one is going to be Barcelona next week from today. Then we go to Donington Park, Coda, Indianapolis, Brands Hatch, Hungaroring. Skipping a week, 24 hours of Nürburgring, Spa, Kyalami, Suzuka, Watkins Glen again. And then we're at the Red Bull Ring to round this all out. What's up, Mike Noss? Welcome to the crew. Thank you very much for stopping by to say hello. Really appreciate the love and support, my friend. That's the wrong button. This is why we're doing a test stream. And we're going to go straight into the live action right now and see how everybody's doing. Neil Kerbel's actually in P1, a familiar face. We got Burt Macklin, Spencer Braun, Frank Castle, Max Power. Who else do we have? Kevin Palnick, Norris Yu, Mitch Nayarde, excuse me if I'm getting these names wrong, Shooter McGavin himself, Jacob Stofko, Grant Zahara, Jason Hayes, Alan Young, Ronald Swanson, Joe Malo, Josh Rodriguez, Jay Paisa, excuse me, Raymond Balut, Brandon Breeze, Sean Ches, Tyler Morgan, and Ricky Bobby. A lot of familiar names out here in the grid tonight. We're going to see if we got some shaking and baking going on, that's for sure. Neil Kerbel out in P1 with a 144.367 here at the Watkins Glen circuit. Rocking that 395 as always, but this time he's not in a Lexus. He's in a Mustang. Surprise, surprise. And boy, is that a surprise for me. Let's see what his lap time is, actually, 144. He's got the purple Sector 1. He does not have the purple Sector 2 or Sector 3, so he must be using the runoff the best to his ability and getting that long run up the hill and then into the bus stop chicane must be where he's really having an advantage. And we got side-by-side action already right now. Ricky Bobby getting next to, who is this? In a Ferrari, getting awfully feisty with him here in the qualifying session. Only a minute and 30 seconds remaining so far, but we've got to get going for the driver's sakes at least. Ricky Bobby in this Aston might go right back after this Ferrari. This is the number 6 of Norris Yu up ahead. Almost went after it. Norris Yu goes almost off the track. He kept his tires there in on the curbing, so that'll be good for him and his effort. But Ricky Bobby is kind of drifting out wide here at turn 5, and into the boot we go. What's going on, Nirads32? Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you for the love and support. Really appreciate you. And please tell me how to pronounce your name if you would not mind. I'd really appreciate it. I have a feeling like you're in the number 32, and that'll be the last time that I say your name incorrectly. Still on board with Neil Kerbel as he's doing pretty good, actually. He might be on for another PP. No, he's throwing it away right now. I think he's looking in his rearview mirror. That number 36 in the background, 34, excuse me, of Jacob Stofko in the background must be intimidating him just a little bit as Jacob goes off in the background. We've got 9 seconds left in this qualifying session. Let's see how well the drivers will do. Got an ad break coming up in just a few moments. I apologize. I will get those sorted out by the next stream for sure. To get them rolling well in advance before the action gets underway. And of course, if you don't want to view any ads, you can go ahead and watch it on the Twitch, on the YouTube channel of DRL, exclamation point DRL. We'll send you over to the Degenerate Racing League YouTube channel with no ads. Nyrodley. Mitch Nyardley. Nyrods. I gotta go with Nyrodley. I think that's the way to go. That's the only way I know how to pronounce it. Therefore, it shall be Nyrodley. Nyrodi. That makes way more sense. Nyrodi. That makes way more sense. Thank you so much for the correction one last time. Let's see what we got going here for this qualifying session. Max Power getting to the line. Does he have anything in the bag? He's 6th place right now. He gets to the line. Is he going to improve it? He does, just by a little bit. A 1:45.1 for him, and he bumps himself up into 5th place before running out into the runoff in that beautiful AMG. And we've got a few moments. We're going to do a livery showcase here and see if anybody's got any. But actually, I didn't download any liveries, so we're not going to have any liveries to showcase. I apologize. That's my bad on me. I have to figure that one out before the next one, for sure. Let's do our livery shakedown, and we'll get a look at all the drivers. Thank you for the follow, Tyler001122. I imagine that Tyler 112233 was taken. Okay. New Kabuki, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate the love and the support. You are rocking. Okay. Let's get this underway, folks. In 1st place, we have Neil Kerbel in the 395, doing amazing things in this Mustang. He's a driver over at Tracklicious and a big promoter over there. Burt Macklin in P2 for the Sandbag Syndicate. Spencer Braun in the number 7 car, rocking the Canadian flag. We got Frank Castle for Sandbag Syndicate as well in the number 5 in 4th place. Max Power doing maximum things in the AMG, Maximum Effort Racing. Mitch Nyardi in the number 32, rocking the Canadian flag as well for Martini Motorsports. Optima Motorsports, this is Norris Yu in his number 6 McLaren. Then we got Josh Rodriguez wiggling the wheel at us, telling us that we see him for Iron Rod Racing. Team Bluey for Kevin Palanek. That's the way I'm saying it, in the number 19. Grant Zahara for Team Solo Q in the number 23. Number 2 going out to Shooter McGavin himself in the TF Sport Aston Martin. We got Jason Hayes for Breeze Motorsports in the number 21 in 12th place. In 13th, we got Jacob Stofko for MA70. Jay Paesa Racing rocking Jay Paesa. This is an Audi. And then we've got another Aston in the 668 Aston Martin racing car. And we got the BMW. This one looks pretty flashy for Ronald Swanson and Things and Stuff Racing. John Malo and the Ghost 85 rider rocking the 85. Raymond Bellenew in the number 410. Is that a Puerto Rican flag? Someone correct me in chat if that is or not. Sean Ches in the Canadian flag GTR. BMW going out for Brandon Breeze in the Walkins Motorsport. And we got Tyler Morgan for Brundle in the number 72 in 21st place. Number 22 is going to be Ricky Bobby looking for a little shake and bake in the number 26 car. And that'll be it for everybody down the order now. Hey, it's Neil Kerbel. What's going on, Neil Kabuki? Thank you for the follow, Dog9836. Gonna be fun. Can't wait, says Tyler001122. Thank you very much for the love and support, guys. You are awesome. That you guys gave me a very warm welcome here to the server and to the community. And I hope I do you guys justice with the broadcasting itself. Formation lap is underway. We've got 3 15-minute races coming up, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of action to be had, and obviously the order for race 1 will determine your position in race 2, and so on and so forth. This will be very, very, very exciting. If you see something you like, something you want to see again, something that you want to clip, go ahead and use exclamation point replay or exclamation point clip to capture the action. It'll automatically capture a 30-second clip and send it back into the chat. Drivers are getting to the line here very shortly. And green, 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 away we go. Drivers are dip, duck, dodging, and diving out of the way. And Neil Kerbel is going to be familiar with that saying the most. Almost 3 wide in towards T1. Pretty hectic going on there. A lot of drivers taking to the runoff to avoid any carnage. But it's looking pretty neat and tidy as far as I can see. Everybody's driving really well on their best behavior. Perhaps a little bit of contact in the background. Brandon Breeze goes around there at turn 1, but it's mostly neat and tidy going up towards the bus stop chicane. Whoa, a big lunge from the AMG, and Max Power goes through on Nyardi. That was a bit of a lunge, if I do say so, but the dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge is on for some of these drivers. Neil Kerbel rocking away with a 0.6 second gap right now. Frank Castle chasing down Spencer Braun. That's a battle for P4 and P5 just ahead. Let's keep an eye on the battle right here. This is the number 34, Jacob Stuffgo, trying to Stuffgo on Jason Hayes. Will he send it? He sends it into the toe. And he's able to get the room that he needs to make no contact. And it looks like Hayes is off in the background, going off into the dirt. He just went a little too deep there, allowing too much breathing room for Stuffgo, who stuffed it on him. That's a pun that's never going to get old. I'm sorry. More action everywhere we look. Paisa up on the grid himself, gaining a few positions ahead of Ronald Swanson now. Ronald Swanson's gained a few positions, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Ronald Swanson's gained one. Paisa's gained nothing so far. Palanik's gone back 4. Stuff goes up 2. And Zahara's up 2. Here we are on the tail of Paisa. Looking back, this is Ronald Swanson trying to make his move side by side in towards turn 1. Can't hold on, but with the Audi, get the run towards the bus stop chicane. Up and through the S's, we're about to go, folks. Up and through the inner loop now. Turn 8, and now the outer loop, and towards the toe we go. In towards the chute. Things are looking neat and tidy right now. Let's take a look at Norris Yu chasing down Mitch Nyardi right now. Let's go on board with this. Can't get a better glimpse of the action than on board and finding out what these drivers are really up to. We're done with the boot, headed down in towards the heel. Everything's looking nice and clean so far. These drivers are really doing well with each other right now to not get too kerfuffled with each other. I would have expected a bit more carnage, as we like to say, but really, fortunately not. I'm really happy to see this. Oh, Alan Young was trying to make a move on Paisa, though. Whoa, that was a close call out in the background. Maybe it's not a close call. Maybe it's an actual call on the inside of turn 14. He goes. Tries to make that move stick. Now he's around the outside of turn 15. That won't get him the run he needs, or maybe it will. That Audi is really struggling right now, going backwards and forwards. Let's take a quick look at the accident that happened just a moment ago. 410, just all by his lonesome, though. Oh, and there's the 26 just turned around and avoiding action. Oh, and the 17 trying to get out of the way, collects the 410. No way, Jose. Not the way you want it to go down, but that 2-car incident turned into a 4-car incident pretty quickly. Commentator's curse, I'll accept that one for sure. As soon as I said there was going to be no action and everything was going to be all hunky-dory, things went to all hell. Oh, action behind. Here it is, Stuffgo, Shooter McGavin. The 87's turned around. What happened to them? Hold on. See what happened to the 87 going into the boot. On throttle, max power, seems to be doing all right. Gets on the grass. Turns it around himself, unfortunately. The gaps are widening now. Ricky Bobby having an incident himself towards the toe. We've got Sean Setz in the pits, Raymond Balyut in the pits, Brandon Breeze in the pits. Who else has taken a pit stop so far. I think that might be it for now. Max Power still out there, surprisingly, trying to battle for attrition. He's only got another 9 minutes left to go. Sean Setz must be turned around. No, he's in the pits right now. But Max Power going for maximum effort. Thank you for the follow, Rocker Ace 333. Appreciate the love and support. Here it is, Max Power on the inside of that 38. At least he's there making a look. No, doesn't want to act on it. That damage must really be unsettling him just a bit more than he'd like to be. Max Power is a good driver if this is the same Max Power I've seen before. He's got a lot of tact beneath him. He just could not have expected that 410 to come across the track like that. And things happen just like that. Shooter McGavin side by side, I believe, with Jason Hayes right now going through the toe. The number 21 almost touches. Number 2, excuse me, and Jason Hayes almost touch. Now we're about to have a 4-way battle between Ronald Swanson, Max Power, and Jason Hayes. Shooter McGavin also in this. Whoa, Max Power gets through on Jason Hayes in the background, and now Ronald Swanson wants to make a move on Jason Hayes as well. Battle of the BMWs going towards 13. Oh, I thought there was going to be more action for Jason Hayes. He was just tumbling down the orders so quickly there. Max Power did a great job of following Shooter McGavin through when the opportunity presented itself. There's a big old wiggle for Ronald Swanson. He's able to get it collected and drive on forward. Neil Kerbel getting chased down by Burt Macklin right now. Battle for P1 is on. Just when you thought it was over, it couldn't be over yet, folks. Mustang on Mustang at the Great American Track of Watkins Glen. The Glen is a facility now owned by NASCAR and has been a host of Cup Series races ever since 1986. I think that's Raymond Balliot just getting out of the way of this battle in front. That's Leung and Swanson. The 668 and Ronald Swanson getting close to each other. On board with Jason Hayes chasing down McGavin, and Max Power right in front must have gotten past Shooter McGavin a lot sooner than we expected, and into the heel side by side. That's a big send. A little switchback engaged, but there's a bump in the rump, and that'll send Jason Hayes around as he holds the brake, trying to get spun around in the right direction. He's doing a good job of waiting. The track is clear around him. He can go for it if he wants to, but being a little bit more cautious will pay his dividends for sure. Oh, and the tires are just overheated, and he lights it up into the barrier. No, not the way we want to see it go down. Good battle up until that point. Coming out of the back straight, this is Burt Macklin still chasing down Neil Kerbel out in first place. We still got a 3-way battle in the background. This is Grant Zahara, Ronald Swanson on the inside, up the hill of the S's. This is going to slow down both of their efforts and might leave them vulnerable to Alan Leung in the background. There it is. Alan's getting a great run out of this. Might force a 3-way battle with Ronald Swanson. Will he make a move into the bus stop chicane? No. Holds off for now. BMW, Aston, Mustang battling it out. Battle for the best of the rest. This is the battle for 11th, 12th, 13th place right now. Or 14th place, excuse me. Couple of bollards going out the window. Who needs brake markers anyways? I think that was Shooter McGavin's doing. Up ahead in the number 2. Ooh, big wiggle from Alan Leung as he got under the grass. He managed to hold on, did a good job of doing so. The 668 driving fast and forward. He can smell the blood in the water. He wants to chase him down. Ronald Swanson Might get a lick of Alan Leung by the end of this race. Going uphill through the S's, Burt Macklin is chasing down Neil Kerbel pretty fiercely right now. I don't think this is going to be enough, or will it be enough? I'm not quite sure. A little bit of rubber banding going on. Entering the bus stop chicane, keeping the wheel nice and straight as they go over the curbs. Ooh, just as I said that, a little bit of an undulation there going over the crest of 1. And that'll slow down his efforts by a couple of tenths, but not too bad. Neil Kerbel does have the best lap of this race, a 1:44.377, compared to the 1:44.4 of Burt Macklin. Mustang on Mustang, battle for the lead, rages on, entering the boot, into the heel we go, almost touching Burt Macklin, into Neil Kerbel. Neil Kerbel goes wide there, has a bit of a moment himself, but it looks like Burt was able to back off very briefly. This is the battle for the race lead, folks. In towards turn 1. No move yet out of Burt Macklin. Big correction on the steering wheel for Burt. If I didn't say so, thank you for the follow, Rocker Ace 333. Appreciate you. Everything looking neat and tidy for these two right now. Looks like Jason Hayes is retired to the pits, and so has Tyler Morgan. Sean Ches also. We will get one more lap out of this, so this isn't over for Burt Macklin. It looks like we have lap traffic up ahead. The 410. That's Raymond Balut right up in front. Oh, they're getting awfully close right now. Burt Macklin doing a great job of driving super close, filling up that rear view mirror of Neil Kerbel. Doesn't even touch the brakes going in towards turn 14. Does a great job of it, maintaining that speed. Closing the gap. Here we go. 410 gets right out of the way. Wants nothing to do with this. Leaders are on the final lap. Macklin on Neil Kerbel. Into the final time. We're going to go through the first corner of this race, but the races will continue. We're going to have race 2 and race 3 right after this, everybody, so stay tuned for more. Uphill through the S's. Things are looking clean and tidy all race long for the leaders, but will it end in tears, or will it end peacefully with Macklin getting past Neil Kerbel? He's led every lap of this race so far, and he's hoping to bring it home to the checkered. 16 seconds up on the race clock. This is going to be it, folks. Last time getting into the chute of the boot. Equally matched cars, equally matched skill level as well. We'll always say it, we'll say it again. Catching is one thing, but passing is a whole nother ball game. Beautiful camera shots here at the Watkins Glen circuit. Burt Macklin's backing off, it seems. Neil Kerbel getting a squiggle again. Out of turn 12. Into 13, the gap is closing down. Macklin's heavy on the throttle. Gets a wiggle of his own in towards 13. A little downshift there for both drivers. You can hear the revs maxing out as they bang it down the gearbox. To the line, a big bang into the side of his car, and that'll be it for Burt Macklin's effort. Neil Kerbel takes the win. Burt Macklin in P2, Frank Castle in P3. It looks like Spencer Braun in 4th place. Norris Yu's gonna take home 5th place. We got 6th place going to Josh Rodriguez. Jacob Stofoco in 7th. Kevin Palaniuk in 8th. Mitch Nayardi in 9th, Max Power in 10th. After a horrific car bang that he had earlier, he's going to work his way up through the grid in race 2, I can only imagine. Grant Zahara in 11th, Ronald Swanson in 12th, Alan Young in 13th, Shooter McGavin, John Malo, Jay Paisa, Ricky Bobby, Raymond Balayute, Jason Hayes, Tyler Morgan, and Sean Ches rounding it out, folks. Why are you like this? Why are you like this, ACC TV? I don't know why ACC TV is like this sometimes. It's so touchy. It doesn't like to be touched. Anyways, that'll be it for race 1. We've got race 2 coming up. Thank you very much, everybody, for enduring all of my technical difficulties so far, but I swear we will get through them shortly. Did it again. Quick intermission and we'll be right back, folks. Let's take a look at the calendar one more time. Round 1's going to start in 1 week from today, folks, so make sure you go ahead and register for the championship series. Exclamation point DRL in chat will bring up the Discord and the Sim Grid links, so make sure you go ahead and join up on the links below.
Okay.
$60. We've got Neil Kerbel ready to go in the GT500 GSC in P1. Then we've got Burt Macklin for Zimbag Syndicate in P2. Spencer Braun in P3. In P4, we've got Frank Castle. Then we've got Max Power in P5, surprisingly. Mitch Nayardi in P6. Norris Yu in 7th. Josh Rodriguez in 8th place, Kevin Palaniuk in 9th place, Grant Zahara in 10th place, 11th place being for shooter McGavin, flashy of the lights, Jason Hayes in 12th place, Jacob Stofoco driving in the dark, Jay Paisa in the number 14. In 14th place, Alan Leong in 15th, Ronald Swanson in 16th for the 38, the 410 for Raymond Ballinute, Tyler Morgan in 18th place, Ricky Bobby Shake and Bake in 19th place, 20th place for Sean Ches, John Milo in 21st, Brandon Breeze in 22nd, 23rd, excuse me. And we are getting ready to roll. Small bug, grid order wasn't changed. Thank you very much for the update, Mitch. Appreciate that. That makes a lot more sense than what I was going with. Getting to the line, driving in the dark for the first time. Here we go towards turn 1. Neil Kerbel versus Burt Macklin all over again. Green light flies. Neil Kerbel has a good lead for now. Looks like Max Power is getting sucked up in the butt. Someone gets touched on the outside. That looks like an AMG. No, the number 5. Frank Castle is the one that got bumped in the rump. Max Power holds on to P5. Got a little bump from Nardi there, it looks like. Wow, side by side going up the S's. Holy smokes, it's 2x2, folks. No, this isn't a double-double from In and Out. This is Watkins Glen's, a Degenerate Racing League. Oh, someone's off in the bus stop in the background. Who could that be? Ricky Bobby, possibly. Again, neat and orderly lap 1 for the most part. The 410 having an accident with the 17 early on. Side by side battle going on right here. Jacob Stefoco and Kevin Palaniuk. And another one right in front, Norris Yu and Mitch Nardi going side by side. Another 2x2 situation we've got. There goes the 6th place car of Nardi in front of Norris Yu right now. Mitch making moves. Chasing down Max Power. In 5th place, Tyler Morgan seemingly having an incident. Let's see if we can get a replay of this very briefly. Ooh. Gonna check this out one more time, make sure this is actually working. Working as intended, the way that God wanted it to be. A beautiful overlay. Small bugs everywhere, Mitch. Not just for you, for me as well. This is a good test round for me to get all the kinks out of the stream before we get going. Burt Macklin chasing down Neil Kerbel one more time. This time in the thick of the darkness here at Watkins Glen. Not a lot of stadium lights here, if any. Oh, there goes Neil Kerbel off and into the grass. Burt Macklin totally backed off of that. Did not know where Neil was going to end up. Did not want to go ahead and send it on the inside, it looked like. But that was a for sure opportunity. Let's take a look back at that action really quickly. Just a little before that moment, actually. Whoa, there's a big wiggle out of Neil again. Getting squirrely in this cold temperament climate. -16 track temperature. Holy smokes, the drivers must be complaining about heat in the tires right now. Oh, Grant Zahara making a move on Josh Rodriguez. Oh, and there's action real quick. Let's do a 30-second recap and see if we can catch this. Bit of an off right there, trying to rejoin the track, going uphill through the S's. Is he going to be able to tuck in properly? Oh, just gets turned in on and both cars go clattering into the wall. Just a brief moment of not having enough overlap, unfortunately. During one of the faster sections of the track, completely flat out up the hill through the S's. But both drivers are still continuing on. Thank you for the follow, Patrick Dubois. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the love and support, my friend. I know that sexy voice, says Patrick. Thank you very much, my friend. Glad to have you around here at the DRL League, and thank you very much for joining my chat. Exclamation point DRL for joining the Discord if you're not already in it. Ooh, flashy of the headlights from Jacob Stefoco, trying to force a mistake out of the cars in front. Goes a little wide throughout T1. And obviously, I'd love everybody to watch all the ads here, but at the DRL's YouTube account, there are a lot more resources there where you don't have to watch ad-free. And there's Jacob Stefoco going up the inside of the chicane. Are they going to be able to maintain without contact? Oh, and the number 6 goes a little squirrely. It goes off into the curb and into the grass. It does not touch the barrier. Holy smokes, that was a close call. Norris Yu having a huge moment. Let's watch that back if we can. Oh no, we've cut it at the wrong time. The clip is no longer available. Interesting. I wonder why. Let's take a look at more of the action. Stefoco, or Stufko, chasing down Mitch Nyardi. Mitch has been involved in most of the action so far tonight. He's got to let everybody else have a crack at it. Whoa, there goes Stefoco way off track. Whoa, he's tucking right in behind. That's a huge track time gain. Getting a big old run towards the bus stop now. This is going to be on like Donkey Kong. Oh, there's a big flash of the headlights on the outside line. Going side by side in towards the bus stop chicane. Things are looking pretty tidy. The 34 falls in line behind Nyardi. Big positions gained for Stefoco, Palaniuk, Swanson. Well, just as I say that, Swanson's has an incident. Take a look real quick at what happened to Swanson. Coming in towards the bus stop. Oh, he just cooks it. Oh, he just cooks it on his own. Narrowly avoids the barrier, but just so. Oh, and his tires are cooked. He cannot keep it together, and I don't blame him. Norris Yu chasing down Grant Zahara. Side-by-side action coming in towards, this is going to be the heel right now. And Neil Kerbel and Burt Macklin chasing down each other. But let's go back to this zero-gap battle right now between Zahara and Norris Yu. Yu's going to be able to get through on Zahara on pace alone, despite having that earlier contact. Great recovery drive out of Norris Yu right now. Not losing too much, and there's a big run at it towards the back straight right now. In towards the bus stop chicane, falling in line is the number 5. That's Frank Castle chasing down Spencer Braun out in front in the Porsche. On board with Castle, looking at Braun, filling up that rear view with nothing but American lights. He's probably screaming in German. Whoa, what happened to Norris Yu? Not again for Norris Yu. Let's see what happened. Coming in towards the bus stop chicane. Does he cook it again? Oh, yeah. Just cooks it. Too much speed. The race format. This is going to be 3 15-minute races, but normally we're running a qualification of 15 minutes and a race of only 45 minutes. So about half the duration that we're running right now. Racing starting at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when qualification starts, I should say. Green flag is going to drop at 9:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But it is quite a late evening. We're approaching 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But not too late for some of these drivers. Oh, Spencer Braun having a moment. See if we can check out the 20 for 20. Oh! Lit up the rear end going over the curve for Spencer. The link to my Discord isn't working anymore. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. There it is, Patrick. Thank you for letting me know. I'm one of those trolls that did not pay for nitro, so that's my own fault. Oh, this is a big look. Oh, I thought he was going to make a run at it. Burt Macklin's been chasing down Neil Kerbel again all race long. Did Spencer Braun have another moment? Ah, man, the way his car is driving cannot be straight. He needs straight into the pits for Spencer Braun, who is having such an amazing drive up in the top 5 positions. Nose to tail right now, battle for the lead. Agreed, Dog 9836. They've been tight back-to-back races and maybe even for a third. Thank you for the chat, by the way, Mr. Dog. Appreciate you. Stick around, give a little bit more insight into some of these drivers. This is my Neil has a big old wiggle, and they're gonna go side by side. Burt Macklin leading them down and in towards the boot. He's got a nose length ahead. Is Neil gonna turn in? No, he backs off, allows Burt to go forward. Let's go, baby! Burt Macklin in P1 for the first time in 2 races, leading Neil Kerbel into the final lap. Neil has backed off substantially, 4/10 gap right now.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Can Neil close this down? Well, thank you for being here, Ricky Bobby. I appreciate you. Twitch API, I heard, was down today, actually. I wonder if that's what's happening. Oh, here we go. Side-by-side action. Going in towards the boot for the final time. Neil tried to make a look, tried to make something happen, tried to scare Burt Macklin, but he won't be quivered. John Merlot having an accident, though. Mitch Nyardi having a slowdown himself. Palaniuk goes through. Burt Macklin and Neil Kerbel side by side still. Neil's able to go forward here as we enter the boot. Oh man, the crazy switchback is done. Neil does it again. Leads for another lap, the one that matters the most. Burt Macklin couldn't hold on. An amazing overtake opportunity coming out of the toe. Burt Macklin did a wonderful job trying to defend, but did the best he could, and it wasn't enough. Neil Kerbel's gonna take the race win for number 2.
The leader has finished the race.
Neil crossing the line, taking it away for P1. Burt Macklin in P2. Frank Castles in P3. Bax Powers in 4th. Jacob Stofko, in P5. Kevin Palnick in 6th place. Battling it out with Nardi to the line. That's going to be the battle for 6th and 7th concluding there. Josh Rodriguez in 8th. Shooter McGavin in 9th. Finishing it off for the top 10 is going to be Jason Hayes. Then it's going to be Grant Zahara, John Merlot. Oh, is it going to be John Merlot? Nose to tail, it's going to finish like this. Zahara in front of Merlot. Then Sean Ches behind, Norris Yu. Alex Leung, Jay Paisa, Ronald Swanson, Spencer Braun, Tyler Morgan, Brandon Breeze, and Ricky Bobby. 100% gave him a shake and bake and hit him with a bake, baby. First you gotta shake it, then you gotta bake it. Actually, hold on, dog. I've got something for you. How's that for a shake and bake? And is that going to conclude our racing for the evening? I thought we had 3 races, potentially not. I'll wait just one more moment before decidingly so. Let's be right back and take a look at the calendar. That's what I thought. Tyler. Thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you very much for confirming. I may have just lost connection from the server then. Because I don't have anybody in the lobby with me. Let's take a quick look at the calendar very quickly. Hey, Rocker Ace 333. Great stream. My race is Breeze. Look forward to having you with us moving forward. Thank you so much for the love and support, brother. Really appreciate you guys being here, especially on my own personal Twitch. You can obviously check them out on the YouTube, !DRL for that link as well. Red Bull Ring. Thank you so much for the love, man. Great calls only because of the great racing that we have. And that link is wrong. Use that one instead. So we are doing 2 more rounds at the Red Bull Ring. It seems like a lot of people have dropped off, but I'll use this opportunity to keep on practicing my skills. stand by for a few moments while we get the race server underway. And we're going to run a quick ad while we have the time to do so. Again, if you hate ads, you can always subscribe using your Prime sub or subscribe with some real money if you're so brave to do so. All proceeds are very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the love and the support. But feel no obligation to do so. And obviously, if you want to watch ad-free, head over to the DRL YouTube, !DRL. Could you join on the fly right now? Let me ask one of the moderators. Maybe you could always type in degenerate for the lobby name and see if there is an entry list. Degenerate Racing League. I think so. I don't see anything on the events page. Event completed. Season 2, classes, event completed. Today is the 20th. I don't see anything on the calendar. I think you can get in. Type in degenerate into the lobby, the filters, and see if you can get in. I've sent a message to one of the moderators to ask about that, and hopefully that will be permitted. Obviously, this is all just for fun. And I'm going to run a quick 1-minute ad and be right back. Thank you so much for the love and support, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. Stay tuned as we've got more Red Bull Ring coming up right after this. And we are back, everybody. The qualifying session is now getting underway for these drivers. Of course, ACC TV has had a knip. Here we are at the Red Bull Ring, everybody. Getting another one underway right away. Corner names that I'm not going to be able to pronounce very well, so hold on to your toes, everybody. And there's a nickel. Whoa! Little bit of a kerfuffle there. And Patrick DeBow did get into the lobby. Heck yeah! If any of the fans would like to get in on the action, please let me know. I have the means to allow that to happen. I've got the power. Ooh. We've got 18, 19 drivers on this grid still. It is 10 o'clock at night here on the West Coast. These drivers do not care as Max Power goes for a little excursion to clip some grass in the background. He must have heard my singing and then just immediately turned the wheel out of shame. He was like, how do I turn the volume down? This is too much. He's like, I like this guy, but not that much. There he is, Patrick DeBow in the Mustang in the background. I can see him in his iconic livery. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for being part of the action, Patrick. Love to see that car out on track whenever I can. Short qualifying session for everybody. They're going to have to get it quick down in a hurry. I know it's a 90-second lap or so, but their drivers are still going to have to jostle for position. The only one who's in a good space right now is the 668 of Alan Young, who really just has no one around him to be seen. Ronald Swanson is kind of in a good spot. Burt Macklin as well is doing okay. Everybody else kind of bunched up together. Even Patrick DeBow caught in the sandwich of the 5, the 85, and the 14. So a little bit of hustle down for everybody there. Spencer Braun trying to find that gap I'm talking about right now. Squeezing in between the 23 and the 69. Nice. The 99. Oh, there's a big hop, skip, and a jump from that Porsche in the background. Oh, excuse me, that Aston in the background. Is that the 668? Who are we looking at right now? It's not the 193. It's going to be the 72. Potentially the 72. I thought it was, at least. Yeah, it was the 72. Tyler Morgan had a big old bump there and had to go straight back to the pits after that. Got some new rubber and is heading out. He's like an 18-year-old kid fresh out of high school. Not him personally, but him grabbing rubbers and hitting the road. That was the joke I was trying to make. A lovely Lexus out on track. Who is this person? We're on board with the 85 right now, so a couple cars back. That'll be the 14 Super Mega Ultra Cringe. Okay. Patrick DeBow goes in P7. Super Mega Ultra Cringe in number 14 goes provisional pole with a 128.9. Wow, that's spanking. Burt Macklin with a 129 as well. Max Power with a 129.2, 29.3 for Josh Rodriguez. Where is our good friend Neil Kerbel? Has not set a lap yet. Is he on one? He is on one right now. He just started. He's doing about 7/10. He's gaining time everywhere he goes, so this must be his first valid flyer. He did a 129 last lap around, and he has about a second in the pocket right now. A little bit of racing going on here before the race gets started. Side-by-side contact between Zahara and, whoa, who is that bad boy in the number 26? Ricky Bobby. I think he touched the butt. And I don't see anybody in the Discord right now, so if anybody wants to get in for a driver interview, please come hang out in the general, and I should be able to drag you into the broadcast booth at some point in time. Oh, bumps in the rumps, bumps again. I think that was Zahara and Bobby again. Getting collected there at turn one. This is going to be a battle of just battling it out, I guess. Track temperature's pretty warm here at Remus Corner. 21 degrees. Track temperature's going to be at 25, though. Two and a half minutes left in this qualifying session. We've got plenty of time left for the drivers to get some laps in. Two more if they play their cards just right, though. Frank Castle getting stuffed by Jacob Stefoko. I see a couple yellow flags are out, and I see a lot of checkered flags out as well for some reason. I don't think that's correct, ACC TV. As Burt Macklin gets to the line, stays in third place. 129.1 being his fastest, 129.3 for that last lap around. Neil Kerbel not doing so well here as well as he did at the Watkins Glen track. A 129.2 is not going to be good enough for pole position. He's a couple tenths off of pole, actually, about almost half a second, with Super Mega Ultra Cringe in the Lexus doing great things in that number 14. And let it be known, Max Power is doing maximum things right now, as he's oot and a boot. He might go provisional pole here. He's gaining a lot of time through Sector 1. Max Power potentially on a provisional pole lap right now. Neil Kerbel does put it down a 128.7. That'll put him provisionally pole. But Max Power still showing purple lap times right now. Goes a little wide there, loses some time towards the second to last turn. Can he drag it to the line? I think he can, I think he can, I think he can. He gets to the line and he goes for pole. Holy smokes, Max Power drags it all out when it mattered the most. A 128.4 beats out Neil Kerbel by a couple tenths. Super Mega Ultra Cringe goes back into third place. Burt Macklin into fourth place for himself. And that'll be it for most of these people's qualifying sessions. And it looks like Neil Kerbel is out there to improve by a tenth and a half, 2/10 almost to the line. I don't think that'll be enough. He needs to gain at least 3/10 by the looks of it on Max Power, who's done a phenomenal job taking it home. On board with Kerbel. Going through the final couple of corners, he's got 2/10 in the bag. He loses it in the final corner though. Gets to the line, 128.645 will be the best that he can do. A slight improvement, but not just enough. I think Nyardi is the only one still on a valid lap right now, flying around. Nyardi is on a valid lap, looking to improve. He's in 8th place right now, bumps himself up into 7th place. Good lap from Nyardi to get it to the line right when it mattered the most. In first place right now on pole position, we've got Max Power for Maximum Effort Racing. Doing great things in the AMG. In P2, we've got Neil Kerbel for the GT500, GSC in the 395. Number 14 is going to be Super Mega Ultra Cringe in the number 3, Lexus. Burt Macklin in the number 4 in 4th place. How appropriate. The Josh Rodriguez for Iron Rod Racing in the 5th place position. Jacob Stofoco in the number 6 spot. Mitch Nyardi in the number 7 spot. Rocking the Canada flag. Shooter McGavin rocking the Scottish flag, English flag if I'm not mistaken. Can call P3 just Sam. I'm going to try. Kevin Palaniuk, Jason Hayes in 10th place. Spencer Braun in 11th place for Braun GP S3. And Frank Castle for Sandbag Syndicate in 12th place. In 13th, we've got Tyler Morgan in the 13th place. In 14th place, we've got Ronald Swanson. Things and Stuff R&D. Patrick DeBow in 15th place for Rockefeller Racing. Alan Leung in 16th place for Brundle 2 in the 668. Josh Merlot in the 86 in 17th place. Ricky Bobby, shake and bake him in 18th place right now. And we got Grant Zahara in 19th place, rounding it out for this grid so far. Uh-oh, we might see a couple of drive-thrus roll out if these guys are not in the right position. Because it looks like Sam, aka Fast Sam, is starting from the back of the grid. So hopefully everybody's in the right starting position.
Green light, show them where to go.
Green, 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 away we go. Max Power holds on to the lead in P1. Looks like Neil Kerbel's close in P2. Everybody's 2x2 going back. Couple drivers going off. Patrick Dubois went off track a little bit there. Hopefully not too bad. He's in 12th place. Grant Zahara's gained 1. Ronald Swanson's gained 1. We got 2x2 action up ahead though. Let's get an overhead look at all of this. Oh, closing down there at the apex of Remus. On the number 2, that's Shooter McGavin on the inside, who got the nose chopped off of him almost. And you got Spencer Braun in that Porsche right behind, trying to make something happen. Is that even the old Porsche too? That doesn't look like a 992. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Who's behind Spencer Braun? Let's take a look. Whoa! 2x2 again. Frank Castle, Jason Hayes, Grant Zahara, and Ronald Swanson. All side by side, headed through Roche. Oh, more side by side. Ronald Swanson and Patrick Dubois. One of the crowd favorites here at DRL touches Ronald Swanson, and he goes off. Had nowhere else to go but to stay on track there. And a little bit of side-by-side contact resulted in ACC physics, where he just went boom. Let's check out what happened to Stefoko here. Oh! Oh! Just rejoined across the line. Ooh. Got on the grass, got a little bit squirrely. That might be an M6 as well. That is an M6 GT3. In the number 99, trying to do things. Don't know what exactly things were happening, but things happened. Whoa, 2x2 again. These guys are amazing. Zahara, Hayes, Dubois, and Alan Leung in the background. Chopping it up on board with Grant Zahara right now, as he leads this pack of battling cars. Wow, it looks like Ronald Swanson has already caught back up to Patrick Dubois. There's been so much fighting going on in front. He's dragging Alan Leung around with him too. .129 flat being the fastest lap of the race. That's going to be from Max Power so far. And 129.4 out of Neil Kerbel. The gap's opened up to about a second. Side by side, Burt Macklin and Josh Rodriguez concludes. Looks like he might lose another place to Nayardi too. Oh, almost resulting in side by side contact through the Niki Lauda curve. And in through Remus. Will it be a switchback or just holding on to the outside line? Trying to hold on to the outside line. Ends up across the sausages and onto the grass. Has to demand to get some real estate out of that. What an amazing move that was. Amazing job deep there on Schlosser's Gold. Trying to hold on. Neil Kerbel chasing down Max Power side by side here through Schlosser's Gold. Whoa, Neil with a big old send on Max Power side by side through Rush. And in through Worth. It looks like Neil has the advantage and is through on Max Power in that AMG. Despite having the fastest lap the last time around, Neil has unleashed the Stang. Fastest lap still staying with Max Power for now. Neil not having a valid one, it looks like. A 129.777. Just wasn't fast enough. But it sure was enough to get around Max Power. Right now, Nayardi leads Burt Macklin and Spencer Braun. The number 32 leads the 4, leads the number 7. Oh, excuse me, this is Josh Rodriguez leading Mitch Nayardi and Burt Macklin. The 193 leads the 32, leads the number 4, but not for long. Number 4 is trying to make a move. That's Burt Macklin. Such amazing camera angles that we get at all of these tracks. I love seeing the cars flow like that right over the camera. Gives such an essence of speed. What's going on with Shooter McGavin side by side with Josh Mallow? Mallow, no. Shooter McGavin gets ahead of Mallow. Max Power puts down another fast lap, a 28.560. Not enough to pass Neil Kerbel yet. Here's Nayardi with Burt Macklin side by side through Red Bull Mobile. Whoa, big wiggle from that McLaren. Got lost in the trance of that butt and almost touched it, but stayed away from it. Burt Macklin is through. The number 4 is back in 4th position. Accident for the 19 and the 72. There's the 72, Tyler Morgan. Not sure what happened there. Let's take a quick look and see what happened, if anything. Oh, just a little bit of contact there, but bumped him around the right way and then the wrong way, unfortunately. Neil Kerbel grabbing that purple lap back of 128.4 to the 128.5 of Max Power. Gap staying basically nil between the two of them right now. This is Grant Zahara chasing down Spencer Braun. About a 10th in hand for a fastest lap. Nayardi, did not have a fast lap, a 130.7. He's slowing down by a little bit and could be vulnerable to the cars behind. Gaps are pretty consistent right now throughout the field, around a second to about 2 seconds. I think 13 seconds being the max that just blipped up. Shooter McGavin about 10 seconds adrift from the nearest car. You can see the positions gained and lost there to the left-hand side of your screen. Looks like that Lexus has lost 7 positions overall, but is gaining it back slowly but surely. That Lexus might be trying to save some tires for the end of this race. Only got 6 minutes left to go. I'm not sure how much more he could spare. Burt Macklin getting through on Josh Rodriguez. Long time coming, but in through turn 1, he goes super wide. The 193 can't be too happy with that. Loses a little bit of space there. As you heard, he let off the throttle just a hair to try to give that position back, and I think he did fairly so. Oh, it looks like the 193 goes off himself. Burt Macklin should be able to take this clean, hunky-dory. And he does. The number 4 is now into third place, Gets the position back pretty swiftly. Nayardi is now in this mix next to Josh Rodriguez and Burt Macklin, trailing right behind. Zahara, though, right in front of Patrick Dubois. And Dubois goes through on Nayardi. On Zahara. Nayardi is out in front right now, just watching it with a grin on his face. Watching this side-by-side action. Patrick Dubois has a big old send. on the inside. Oh, and there goes Dubois into the barriers. I think he was trying to go for something a little bit opportunistic there, but did a good job holding on to the best of his abilities. Who else got involved in that? Was that Nyardi? I think so. But Nyardi made it out cleaner than most. Let's take a quick look back and see if we can watch this one. Overhead camera shot. Oh, just a little bit of a bump there. And an extra bump to boot sends Patrick Dubois into the wall from Nyardi. Huh. Replay scenes don't seem to be working for some reason. That's weird. Oh, looks like everybody is in a VC. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people in there. Okay, got it. Here's Ronald Swanson next to Kevin Palahniuk, though. Going through Worth. Oh, and Tyler Morgan seemingly having an incident. Gets his car collected and driving back in the straight line. But here goes the battle between Ronald Swanson and Kevin Palahniuk. Palahniuk's actually on the ideal line right now. Swanson is not. Going through the final corner. Can he get a drag towards turn one? I think not at this rate. He's trying to close down the gap as much as possible, but that damage that he has on his front nose won't be enough. Oh, he's having big aero there. That's a big drift in through turn one. His tires have got to be overheating now for sure. Let's check out what Mitchy Mitch is doing. Nyardi chasing down Mr. Castle. Battle for 9th and 8th place right now. Neil Kerbel still holding on to the fastest lap of the race, a 128.4 to Max Power's 128.5. 128.8 being the last lap, 128.9 being the last lap for Max Power, so the gap is growing now between the leader and second place. Kevin Palahniuk still trying to do something to Ronald Swanson. Some dirty and dangerous things, sinking his nose in there. Tried to go for an opportunistic move, maybe just trying to scare the individual. If you're still here, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for sticking around. I know it's a late evening here. It's a late evening here on the West Coast, but thank you very much for enduring everything that you can. Really appreciate all the love and support of everybody sticking around. Oh, there's the move. There's the move on the inside. Can he hold on? Palahniuk trying to make something happen. That's a big deep lunge. The 19 on the 668. Alan Leung trying to hold on to that outside line, but that could have been dangerous. Final lap here for the 395. Gonna get to the line. I think this is where Leung knows he has to defend like a lion, though. Trying to do his best. Palahniuk side-by-side action still concluding. No. In through Schlosser's Gold, nose to tail. Almost nothing separating these two right now. I think that's the way it's going to end, though. P1 going out for Neil Kerbel. Oh no, one more lap, excuse me. And one more lap is all the Max Power needed to hear. Nose to tail action coming through Roush. Whoa, Max Power almost narrowly went into Neil Kerbel. Got a bit squirrely there at Worth. Able to get the car collected, but was really pushing as hard as possible, trying to make Neil Kerbel, his opponent, fall back in the order, having any sort of glimpse of humanity beneath him. But Neil Kerbel is going to take the win for the third time tonight. Crosses the line, P1, P2 to Max Power. Burt Macklin in fourth, Rodriguez in fourth, Spencer Braun in fourth, and Zahara is going to take home sixth. Braun took home fifth. Sam took home seventh. Frank Castle in eighth. Nyardi in ninth. Hayes is going to take home 10th. Shooter McGavin in 11th. Patrick DeBow in 12th. Ronald Swanson in 13th. Still battling on right now between him and Alan Leung. That BMW has seen some better days, but Swanson's making it work right now in 13th position. Oh, this is going to be a drag to the line. Dips out beneath the wing, but Leung, Palaniuk, Swanson leads the two of them. Tyler Morgan, Ricky Bobby, and John Malone. Ooh, what a fantastic race we had. Take a quick intermission. We'll be right back for race number 2. Of course. Neil Kerbel, Burt Macklin, Rodriguez. My timing tower is all buggered up. I'm sorry. Once they cross the timing line, things should sort themselves out. Right on, Josh Malo. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for sticking around. Appreciate the love and support, my friend.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Looks like they already is in P1. Excuse me. Oh, there's contact in behind. 4 cars get collected in that accident. Patrick DeBow as well. Let's take a quick look back at that really fast. See what happened here. 3 wide in towards turn 1. This is going to end in tears, obviously. 3 wide turns into 6 3x3. And a lot of the cars getting driven through. Ooh, that was a bit messy. Thank you for the follow. This isn't Sam. Appreciate the love. So it looks like Rodriguez is in P1 right now. This is Palaniuk, Spencer Braun, Ron Swanson, Sahara, and DeBow. Whoa! It looks like Swanson bumps into Kevin Palaniuk, who got spun around like a Beyblade a few times here at Schlosserskold and moves his way forward. At least he did a nice pirouette and was able to get the car collected and pointed in the right direction, but his chances at finishing this race up at the top are over for sure. Did Kerbel start from the pits? Potentially so. Quite a bit back from the leaders right now. ACC TV is not liking this right now. Spencer Braun, Ronald Swanson, the timing is off. I apologize to everybody. Spencer Braun chasing down Tyler Morgan. Number 7 chasing down the 72. It's bigger brother. Oh, there's a big off from the 72. The 7's going to have a chance at it at the end of Remus. Leaving a lot of room for each other right now. That Porsche is going to have a big old gap there on the inside. Not on the optimal line coming into Schlosserskold. Might compromise him here at the S's. Grant Sahara battling it out with Patrick DeBow, continuously so. Looks like Mustang on Mustang action right now, side by side. They still stay side by side. DeBow stays managingly ahead of Zahara, but just a nose though. Pocket sand getting thrown out into Patrick DeBow's face from Ronald Swanson up front. Oh, big old wiggle sends him off into the runoff. That'll be a track cut. A timing penalty will come to him if he continues to do that, but Zahara follows DeBow off track for just a moment. Taking the esports line, touching a little bit of grass on the entry to turn 1. And who's that off up ahead? That's not Kerbel, that must be Tyler Morgan. Tyler Morgan, Ronald Swanson. Side by side between Tyler Morgan and Ronald Swanson going into Remus. Whoa, Patrick DeBow follows Ronald Swanson through and easily picks up another position. Patrick trying to make another move up ahead. Can he hold on? I'm not sure. He's side by side with Ronald Swanson. Things didn't go so well the last time they battled it out, but they leave enough room this time. And it looks like Tyler Morgan's often in the background into the gravel, but he's holding on just fine. 4/10 back, 5/10 back from Burt Macklin right now. Grant Zahara and Macklin having a little bit of contact there, trying to avoid Tyler Morgan. Number 37, that BMW just yeets it over the final curb. Are my alerts not working? That should have worked. Oh, it just showed up somewhere weird. Awesome. Where did it show up? It didn't show up at all? But that one did? Crazy. That one shows up fine? I don't understand. Burt Macklin, Ronald Swanson chasing each other down right now. Whoa! Almost had side-by-side contact going through the final corner. Narrowly avoided Neil Kerbel with the fastest lap of the race of 1:29.1. He's in third place right now. Side-by-side, headed towards turn one. Will he go for a switchback? No. Trying to hold him to the optimal line. That's not going to work out well for Ronald Swanson. Grant Zahara goes forward on Swanson. Battle's not over yet. We still got 8 minutes left of racing, everybody, so make sure you stay tuned. Things are kind of staying separated for now. 129.1 for Neil Kerbel last lap around, 129.1 for Mitch Nyardi, and a 129.1 for Rodriguez as well. So those three are staying at their current gaps. Looks like everybody else is falling where they should be, except for Swanson, a little bit faster than Zahara the last lap around. That's going to be a track cut for the Canadian? I'm going to say Canadian for Ronald Swanson. Oh, Spencer Braun and Patrick DeVoe going side by side. Looks like Patrick was able to get past Spencer Braun. Let's take a quick look and see what happened there. Side by side coming down through the main straight, it looks like, is how it happened. And Patrick just holding on to the optimum line, gets through on the number 7 pretty neatly. Just as I said, all the gaps were staying consistent. Now they all come back together. Here's Neil Kerbel chasing down Nyardi. 128.5 out of Kerbel that last lap to Nyardi's 129.4. Whoa, and they both touch. Coming out of the final corner, Patrick Neil Kerbel and Mitch Nyardi go round. It looks like Nyardi will go through. Will DeBois go through? He will. It looks like, oh man, Burt Macklin also getting through just narrowly. Spencer Braun goes through. Who was that? Nyardi got collected in that. No. Just spinning round and around. Could not get the car pointed in the right direction and has to go to the pits. The safer call for sure. Battle for 6th and 7th. This is Shooter McGavin ahead of Ronald Swanson right now. Swanson trying to shake and bake, get back some of these positions that he's deservingly trying to make up. Lost a couple earlier on in the race, but he seems to have the race coming back to him over time. Oh, and just as I say that, Ronald Swanson touches a kitty litter. Loses all that time that he was gaining on Shooter McGavin. Ooh, what happened to Tyler Morgan? Doing a Valtteri Bottas impression, it looks like. Trying to clip some grass. Four minutes left to go in this race. John Malot. Sorry, not Joe Malot. Melot. John Melot. Thought the T's were silent. I'm sorry. This is why we have test streams, everybody. Get all the kinks out of the way. Get all the name pronunciations wrong the first time. That way the next time, they're even worse. Whoa, 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 whoa. Palaniuk and Tyler Morgan almost collided again. Pretty close battle there. Nardi, thank you very much for joining us. Shame to see the battle end the way it did, but you had a heck of a race going for you. That was fun to watch. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the love and support. Can't wait to see you guys and what you guys can produce next week for sure. Oh, come on. You had 3 good races other than that one moment, I think. Well, maybe race 1 didn't go that well. That's true. Think you had an accident in race 1 as well. That's true. Whoa, there it goes. Palaniuk goes super deep. No, Palaniuk goes through. Tyler Morgan goes super deep there at turn 1. And that battle's going to conclude right then and there. Good heads-up driving from Palaniuk to be able to avoid that carnage. I think Schlossgold is my favorite new corner name. I know that's not how it's pronounced, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Schlossgold. Cup and self-inflicted errors, but the only actual pro is Stofko. still, it's been some great battling, even with the mixed grid. And plus, you guys shook it up pretty well for this race. I thought that was a great choice. A lot more lights here at the Red Bull Ring than there were at Watkins Glen, at least. Some through the stadium section. And some illuminated billboards as well to help out. Only 10 drivers remaining, everybody in the top 10 here at the DRL.
The leader has finished the race.
Rodriguez takes P1 away from everybody else, it looks like. Who else is still out there? Patrick Dubois takes P2, Burt Macklin in P3, Spencer Braun in P4, Grant Zahara in 5, Shooter McGavin in 6, Ronald Swanson in 7th, Kevin Palaniuk, in 8th, Alan Leung in 9th, and Tyler Morgan in 10th. That race ended quicker than I ever would imagine. That was a lot faster than I anticipated. I thought we had at least a few more laps left to go, but apparently not. Good driving by everybody out there. This is the LFM BOP, so if you've been driving LFM, make sure you guys actually register for this championship. It'll be awfully fun to see you guys here next week in 1 week's time. Let's take a look at the calendar again. In 1 week's time, we're going to be at the Barcelona Moto Circuit. Then we're going to be at Donington Park, COTA, Indianapolis, Brands Hatch, Hungaroring, Nürburgring, Spa, Kyalami, Suzuka, Watkins Glen, and Red Bull Ring for our 45-minute races. Make sure that you go ahead and register. The exclamation point DRL should work in the Twitch chat. So once you go ahead and use that, you'll head over to the Discord and you'll find all the information that you need to sign up for the leagues there. And if you thought this was fun, please hit the like or the subscribe button anywhere that you're watching, on the YouTube, on the Twitch, wherever you see fit. Make sure you stick around for more DRL action in the future. And with that, we are going to be ending the stream, it looks like. I hope you did have a good race, Patrick Dubois. Thank you very much for joining and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. But with that, we are going to be ending the stream here. And that music's way too loud for an ending scene. But with that, we are going to be ending the stream. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Thank you very much for hanging out. Sorry we didn't get to any interviews this time around, but we will be doing interviews next week when we have some more time. Thank you all for the love and support. Thank you very much for your participation. And again, sign up, exclamation point DRL in chat to go ahead and grab the links. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful night. And please remember to always stay safe. Bye.